So me and my boy, we were just hanging at his crib, and we've been playing some video games. We've been smoking. We were drinking a little bit, just having a good night. And this kid, he decides to ask me, "Hey, do you want to go ride some bikes right now? We could really just be outside." And me being in the state I was, I just said, "Yeah, of course." So a little follow up to this, but before we do get all the way into the story, guys, if you could like and subscribe, it would mean the absolute world to me. It would help me out so much. Let's get back to it. So I was chilling at my house one day, and my buddy, he hits me up. He's like, "Yo, what are you doing tonight? Let's get blasted." I was like, "You know what? It's been a little while. Let's do something." And so about half an hour later, I'm already in my car. I'm driving to his house. And when I get there, I dap him up. I'm like, "Yo, what's up, bro? How are you?" We just catch up. And then we go to his room. We play some video games. We smoke, drink a little bit, and just start having a good night. And around 2 in the morning, I would say, maybe 1, my friend, he's like, "Yo, I got some bikes recently, but they're kind of chopped. One doesn't have brakes, and then there was something else wrong with the other bike he had. He just didn't tell me, or like I forgot. I think it was the handlebars. It didn't have grips on them. And at the time, I had a broken finger, so I decided to go with the one with no brakes but grips, which kind of was a bad idea because not like 10 seconds after, we were walking out of this guy's garage, but my bike's chain was rattling so bad. And I was sitting there and I did not know what to even say or make of the situation because I didn't know what to do. We were supposed to be quiet. We didn't want anyone to hear us going outside. And this bike, as I'm dragging it, I have to pick it up because the chain is so loud. It's just going ding, 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 ding. All right. Annoying as fuck. Like just a terrible noise that could wake someone up. It's like a screech. But, anyways, I pick this bike up and I go set it down on the street and I wait for my friend. And as soon as we get going, we decided it would be a good idea to go to this parking lot. And this parking lot, it wasn't too far away. I'd say like 3 blocks probably. And once we get into it, there's a gas station like right next to it, like literally right next to it. So we decided to go there. And obviously the cashier knew that something was up between us because me and him, we couldn't stop giggling at each other out like the outside of the building. We get on our bikes and we start going. And we think this cashier called the cops because not long after we ended up crossing Main Street. Okay. And then we went into this back parking lot where we ended up just sitting and talking for like a brief little bit of time. We just hung out there for like maybe I would say 20-30 minutes. And as we get up to go start leaving, we go back and we go to this little plaza. But on the way to this plaza, I don't know what it was. There's these 2 guys. They were just sitting there like on the back porch of like this little house they're renting because like in the like before you get to the plaza, there's like these small little hotel rooms you can rent out or something. I don't know if it's like an apartment or something like that. But anyways, these 2 guys were standing out there and they were smoking something which I assume was a joint, but I'm not sure. And my buddy, they start talking to him. He's like, "What are you guys doing out so late?" And we're like, biking." And I look at my friend and I'm just, "Yo, what the fuck did you just say it? Why did you say it like that?" And he was like, "All right." The guy, he was like, "All right, okay. You guys, I hope you guys get home safe and don't get caught or the cops will come and take all your shit you got in that bag." And this bag that we had, it was this orange little bag. It was like one of those ones that are like really small. Looks like the one with a stick and like a tie on the end of it. You know, those stupid long gnome thing. And he ended up, it was a 2 strap, so he had it both on and he offers him a shot. And then they're like, "Yo, get out of here, dude." And we ended up just leaving. And we ended up thinking that these guys called the cops because once we got to the plaza, my buddy, he looks down and notices his phone wasn't there and he was missing his phone. And he's like, "Yo, we left it at this other parking lot we were just at. Do you just want to stay here while I go grab it really quick?" And I was like, "Yeah, bro, I'll just stay. I'll watch the stuff. Don't worry about it. Hurry up though. It's cold." And this guy, he starts going and hears bike for like 10 minutes before it finally stops. Actually, it wasn't 10 minutes. It was more like 2, but I'm just over exaggerating. And anyways, as some time passes, my buddy, he comes back, right? And I hear him just yell at me, "Get up. The cops are on their way. They're coming." And as soon as I heard the word cops, my brain went into panic mode. I grabbed the bag off the ground and my buddy, he's still riding towards me because he like yelled it. And I pick up this bag he left with me that had like the cards and some of the alcohol we had on us in it. And as he drives past me on this bike, this shit was like straight out of a movie, dude. I picked up this bag and I threw it to him and he caught it and strapped it around his one arm. And by the time he looked back at me, I was already on my bike going. And as soon as we turn around this corner, we see these headlights, and we weren't sure if those were the cops specifically, but there were some bright ass headlights for 2 in the morning right in front of us. And we panic. We start hitting this like random other alleyway that's kind of in the area. It took us like a couple seconds to get there. In the car, it was still following us in these bright ass headlights. It was so scary, dude. And as we cross this alley, we end up looping the cop around, or that car, because it was like following us. We end up looping it around this bank, and we just had enough time to go back to the plaza because we ended up only going down a street, and we crossed this main street to go back to the side of the town where we live. And as we do that, we hear a car coming, and we were like behind this restaurant, and we end up just like hiding behind this dumpster. And I shit you not, literally not even 20 seconds later, this like white cop car, or it was more of a pickup truck, it creeps by slowly, like going clearly under the speed limit. And we were so scared that it was gonna catch us because like the dumpster, it had like these little wheels on him, so he could obviously, like, if he was looking hard, but I don't think anyone was looking that hard, especially at 2 in the morning, just to bust 2 kids being dumb. And after that, we got spooked. We ended up slowly but surely making our way, being careful. And there was this one point on the ride home, we turned this corner, and we were going up this street, and right before we made the turn to go to the last street to go back to his house, we see these white headlights, like these bright headlights too, but this one was not a cop. We decided it was, like we thought it was, and we hid behind this building and like threw our bikes in the grass and just ran around it, and we slowly watched this car go by going like 20-30 miles an hour. It wasn't even a cop, it was some dude just blasting music for some reason. And as we end up getting back, nothing else interesting really happened. It was just a smooth ride, and we ended up just spending the rest of the night listening to music and just hanging out, playing some more games. And yeah, that's basically it. I guess what I'm getting to with this story is that don't be an idiot and go out past curfew, especially while ever you're blasted. If you guys did find yourself enjoying the video, please leave a like and subscribe, and until next time, boys, peace.